Hey guys, welcome back to another full week of workouts with your girl. Today's video is sponsored by KT Tape. Many of you who keep up with my workouts know that I've been making adjustments to my workouts to combat my longer femurs in order to better target my quads during my workouts, which has been a lot of fun and a great change of pace for me, but it also does not come without the soreness. I seriously cannot tell you guys how painful, in a good way, some of my leg days have been because of the adjustments I've made to my exercises and workouts. I love the soreness sometimes, but other times I'm mentally and emotionally ready to hit legs again, but because my lower body is still sore, it's like, not today, sis. So I've been finding that I've either had to leave out a leg day or train legs while they're still sore, which isn't necessarily my favorite thing to do either. So what I've been doing in order to keep hitting my 2 to 3 leg days a week like I like to do is just using my KT Tape. KT Tape helps reduce exercise-related soreness, and since the quads are what gets sore the most, since they've been a big focus lately, I'll just go ahead and apply my KT Tape on my quads before my first leg day of the week. I take my first KT Tape strip and place it on the outside of my quad, and then do another on the inside for both of my legs. You can definitely add a third strip in the middle too if you'd like, but I feel like 2 is more than enough for me. As you can see, this tape is super duper stretchy so that it doesn't limit your range of motion during your workouts or any day-to-day activities you do, and is also super thin so it easily is hidden under any clothing as well. And ta-da! I am now ready to hit legs today and again in a few days with my KT Tape helping to minimize the soreness of my quads. I know a lot of people often only use KT Tape just for the activity that they need it for and then remove it right after, but you should actually leave it on before, during, and 48 to 72 hours after exercise, otherwise you may not get the full benefits of muscle soreness relief. If you want, you can also leave your KT Tape up to 7 days after applying it through showers, sweat, and sleep, as it is made out of a 100% synthetic fabric that's super breathable. Although I mainly use my KT Tape on my quads, you can definitely use it for whatever your needs are, whether that's your hamstrings, biceps, shoulders, calves, and all other major muscle groups. If you want to try KT Tape to help minimize your delayed onset muscle soreness, I'll leave a link to shop in the description, or you can also just go to a local retailer as well if you want to pick up some KT Tape right away. Thank you to KT Tape for sponsoring this video so that I can continue to create content here on YouTube. Welcome to day 1 of our week of workouts. Today will be a leg day. This week we're going to be keeping our workouts a little bit more simple, hitting staple foundational exercises, focusing on really bringing the energy and intention with each exercise and workout up a notch. I know that for me, after years and years of going to the gym, I sometimes just get so into routine and start going through the motions when it comes to my workouts. So every now and then, it's good for me to take a step back, refocus, and really get my mind back into the game and turning the intention up a notch when I'm at the gym versus simply going on autopilot. In the description, please find all of my warm-up videos, as I will not be going into too much detail about warm-ups here, just so that this video isn't too long. Timestamps for when each day starts, full rated workouts for each day, and links to videos that I mentioned throughout this video. Please feel free to also add in cardio as you'd like, and feel free to add or subtract or substitute exercises as you need. This video serves simply as a guide. Starting will be on the leg press machine for 5 working sets of 8 reps at 1 RIR. RIR is short for reps in reserve. For example, for this specific exercise, which we're doing 8 reps of for each set, 1 RIR means that by the end of the 8 reps, you could push out 1 more rep, but nothing more than that. If you're not sure what your RIR is right off the top of your head, safely experiment with weights and continue adding more until you've hit that 1 RIR sweet spot. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself, but make sure to do so safely. A lot of times, we're capable of lifting more weight than we think, and that's what this week of workouts is all about, bringing that next level of energy and effort. I like doing leg presses first because I feel as though it's a great exercise for me to get my quads fired up and ready for better mind to muscle connection for the reverse hack squats that I will do after. Rest for 2 to 3 minutes in between each set of leg presses. Next, we're going to head over to the reverse hack squat machine for 5 working sets at 9 reps at 1 RIR. Reverse hack squats will work our whole entire lower bodies, including our hamstrings and glutes, with an emphasis on our quads. Because the platform that we stand on is slanted forward and down, this places a greater focus on the quads, with the placement of the weight on our shoulders being in front of us instead of on our backs. This shifts our center of gravity so that for people like me with longer femurs, I can squat with a greater range of motion without falling backwards like I would with barbell back squats. Make sure to squat as deeply as you can without rounding your lower back, playing with different foot positionings if you need to. I know I get the best range of motion when my feet are farther back on the platform. Inhale and contract your core just as you would with any other squat, and then contract your quads and glutes to push your hips forward to return back to starting position. Allow your lower body to power the movement and avoid lifting the weight up with your arms. Feet should also remain flat on the platform at all times. Take a 2 to 3 minute rest in between each set. Lastly, we have conventional deadlifts, which is a compound movement that will work our whole entire bodies, but with a focus on our lower bodies, specifically glutes and hamstrings. We'll do 5 sets of 5 reps at 2 RIR. I wasn't able to go quite as heavy as I wanted to since I forgot my belt today, but we digress. I have a whole entire video on how to set up for and deadlift both sumo and conventional that I'll leave linked in the description. A few things to keep in mind. Feet should be placed pretty narrowly inside your shoulders so that you can just bring your arms straight down to hold the barbell. Your hands should be positioned just right outside your knees for conventional deadlifts. Inhale and contract your core and lats right before each rep, squeezing your glutes to push your hips forward to hit lockout, where you should also exhale. The barbell should essentially be moving up and down in a straight line about perpendicular to the ground throughout the entire movement. Rest for 2 to 3 minutes in between each set. While this workout may not seem like enough to do anything initially, give it a try and then let me know what you think afterwards. As always, never underestimate the power of a seemingly simple workout. If you're using appropriate weights, this workout will definitely give you a good challenge and have you breaking out in a killer sweat. Welcome to day 2 of this week of workouts. Today we'll be hitting upper body from our chest to back to biceps to triceps and shoulders. Starting, we'll do a superset, kneeling rope pull downs for 10 reps with a 2-second concentric and 2-second eccentric, followed by cable triceps overhead extensions for 12 reps. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes and repeat the superset over again for a total of 5 times. The kneeling rope pull downs will target our back muscles. For the 2-second concentric and 2-second eccentric, all that means is as you contract your back muscles to bring your hands right above your shoulders, the concentric part of the movement, do so at a 2-second pace, counting to 1, 2, as you pull down, and as you bring your hands back up, the eccentric part of the movement, do so at a 2-second tempo as well, counting to 2 as you extend your arms back up. For the cable overhead tricep extensions, perform them just as you would with a dumbbell. Starting with the elbows bent, contract your triceps to extend your arms up, exhaling as you do so, and inhale as you bend your elbows to lower the weight back down. Do your best to keep your elbows facing forward and positioned right outside your head, and avoid flaring your elbows out too much to the sides. I like doing these here and there versus with a dumbbell because I feel like the constant tension that I get from the cables makes the exercise more challenging, and it's simply a fun variation to try. Next up, we'll head over to the chest press machine and do 5 sets of 10 reps with a 3-second eccentric. All this means is after you push the weight forward, lower your elbows back at a 3-second tempo, counting to 3 as you do so. Feel free to use either set of handles on the machine, whichever is more comfortable for you. Contract your chest muscles to extend your arms forward and push the weight away from you, exhaling as you do so, and as you bring your arms back to starting position, inhale. Make sure to adjust the height of the seat so that your feet can lay flat on the ground and the handles are about chest height. Rest 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. Coming up, we have dumbbell shoulder presses for 5 sets of 10 reps with a 3-second eccentric. As you lower the dumbbells down, make sure that you're utilizing the entire 3 seconds. Exhale as you push up and inhale as you lower the dumbbells back down, pointing your elbows slightly inwards as you bring them down instead of straight out to the sides in order to help target your shoulder muscles better. Make sure to keep your shoulders relaxed and down and do your best to avoid hunching them up towards your ears. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. Lastly, we'll do 3 sets of 21s, which will target our bicep muscles. I'll be doing this exercise with an easy bar, but feel free to use dumbbells instead. Each set of 21s will consist of 21 reps, which is why they're called 21s. Starting, we'll do 7 half reps at the bottom of what your standard bicep curl typically is, bringing the easy bar up to parallel to the ground, then 7 half reps at the top of your normal bicep curl range of motion, bringing the easy bar down until it's about parallel to the ground, and lastly, 7 full reps using a full range of motion. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. And that completes day 2, guys. I'll see you back here for day 3 tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back for day 3 of our Rico workouts. Today will be a little different, and instead of weightlifting, we'll be having ourselves a little cardio day, starting with an abs circuit that will take about 15 minutes to complete. For the circuit, all you'll need is a mat and a jump rope. We'll go back and forth between jump roping for 40 seconds and doing an ab exercise for 40 seconds. What this will look like is this: jump roping for 40 seconds, ab exercise for 40 seconds, jump rope for another 40 seconds, ab exercise for 40 seconds, jump rope for 40, abs for 40, jump rope one last time for 40 seconds, and then abs once more for 40 seconds. Rest for 1 to 2 minutes and repeat the circuit again 2 more times for a total of 3 times. The 4 ab exercises I'll be doing are Russian twists, bicycle crunches, leg raises, raises, and planks. For the Russian twists, feel free to leave your feet on the ground if you're not able to lift them up and off the ground yet, but make sure to be leaning back about 30 to 45 degrees and twist from left to right using a full range of motion. When performing the bicycle crunches, make sure to get your elbow as close to your knee as you can as you bring them towards each other in the center. For a modified version, have the foot that's straight and lower to touching the ground, and for a more difficult version, keep your feet off the ground at all times. Leg raises are a classic, and for these, make sure to use a posterior pelvic tilt and avoid using an anterior pelvic tilt. An anterior pelvic tilt is when your booty is excessively popped out and your lower back is flexed. While a posterior pelvic tilt, what we want to be using, will have our pelvis tucked forward towards our stomach, kind of like a dog tucking its tail between its legs. This will make the exercise more difficult, but will also allow you to engage your core better and minimize lower back pain when doing this exercise. Lastly, for planks, we want to maintain the same posterior pelvic tilt position as we were with the leg raises, which will make the booty not as flattering as when it's popped out, but it will make for a more effective exercise, which is what we want for the gains. Keep your back in a neutral position about parallel to the ground, and feel free to do these up on your hands if that's more comfortable for you as well. Feel free to switch out these ab exercises for any of your own favorite ab exercises as well. Following this circuit, we're going to be doing some LISS, low intensity steady state cardio, for 20 minutes. As many of my channel regulars know, this is one of my favorite kinds of cardio to do, and all we'll be doing is walking on the treadmill at a 15% incline for 20 minutes. As always, never underestimate the power of a simple exercise, and don't be surprised if you're in a full-on sweat by the end of the 20 minutes. Have a great workout, guys. I'll see you guys back here soon. Welcome back for our last and final day of the week, guys. Of course, you guys know we gotta finish it off with a good old leg day, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Starting, we'll be on the glute driver machine for 4 sets of 12 reps with a 2-second eccentric. As you lower your hips back down, do so at a 2-second tempo. Make sure to really allow the contraction of your glutes to power and feel the movement, and avoid simply thrusting your hips up. Control the weight, never let it control you. Unlike regular hip thrusts, I find that I get better glute engagement when my feet are a little bit further up on the platform instead of my knees coming to a 90-degree angle when I'm in a full-on lockout. Exhale as you contract your glutes to lift the weight up, and exhale as you lower it back down. Rest 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. If you don't have this machine at your gym, feel free to do any kind of hip thrust of your choice. Coming up, we have RDLs for 4 sets of 12 reps with a 2-second eccentric, which I'll be doing on this machine, but feel free to do RDLs on any machine or with any kind of weights you have available to you. For the 2-second eccentric, simply lower the weight down at a 2-second tempo. This exercise will target our hamstrings and glutes. As you perform this exercise, keep your head in line with your spine throughout the entire movement, making sure that both are neutral at all times. Your knees should be slightly bent as you lower the weight down, but not too much so that you're bending your knees in order to bring the weight down. Inhale as you contract your core to go down into the RDL, and exhale as you squeeze your glutes to return back to starting position. Allow your glutes and hamstrings to power the movement, and avoid lifting the weight up with your arms. Also, make sure to keep your shoulders pressed and down as if you were piggybacking someone and they were pulling your shoulders down towards your lower back. Avoid hunching your shoulders up to your ears. Take a 1 to 2 minute rest after each set of RDLs. Next, we'll be doing barbell split squats for 4 sets of 10 reps per leg at 1 RIR. This exercise will target our whole entire lower bodies. However, if you want a more glute-focused split squat, position your front foot on the ground so that when you go down into the split squat, your knee comes to about right on top of your ankle. For a more quad-focused split squat, you'll want your knee to come to about right above your toes when you go down into the squat. Regardless, split squats with the barbell definitely hit different than other variations, and for that reason, I love and I hate them. Allow your front foot to power and feel the movement, while your back leg simply helps to balance and stabilize your body. Position the barbell on your back as you would for a barbell back squat. Inhale as you lower yourself down into the split squat, and exhale as you push off your front foot to return back to starting position. Make sure to utilize the full range of motion and get that back knee to come as close to right above the floor as possible. Definitely make sure to use just the barbell if you've never tried these before, and add more weight as you get comfortable with the movement. If you're not up for doing these with a barbell quite yet, no worries, go ahead and perform split squats with any other kind of weights that you'd like to use. Rest 2 to 3 minutes in between each set. Lastly, we have Bulgarian split squats for 4 sets of 8 reps per leg at 1 RIR. This exercise will target our entire lower bodies, but you can position your foot on the ground so that it targets either your quads or glutes more, just like the split squats we just did with the barbell. Make sure to allow the foot on the ground to power the movement and avoid pushing off with your back foot. Keep your shoulders relaxed and make sure that they're not helping to lift the dumbbells up. Inhale as you go down into the Bulgarian split squat, and exhale as you push off your front foot to return back to starting position. Make sure to utilize the weight that by the end of the 8 reps, you could only squeeze out 1 more rep and nothing more than that. Take a 2 to 3 minute rest in between each set. And that completes this week of workout, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. Make sure to also check out KT Tape if you'd like a solution for being less sore post-workouts. If you found this video helpful, do your girl a solid and click that thumbs up button along with the subscribe button and notification bell to keep up with more of my week of workouts videos and other fitness and workout tips. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll see and talk to you guys soon.